Chairman. Ma'am, up here. Per your opening comments, you're here representing the idea that you support a Palestinian state, correct?
We support a two-state solution.
Okay. Have you looked at that objectively?
What do you mean, have you looked at it objectively?
Have you analyzed that objectively?
This is something that we do support, yeah.
That's not an answer. Have you analyzed a second Palestinian state objectively? Have you analyzed it objectively?
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Have
don't know
I
what it
personally
means
analyzed it?
You don't know what it means to objectively analyze something?
Know what it means objectively analyze.
Okay, so have you done that?
No, I have not. If I understand your question.
You might not be, because I can't believe that you would answer it in that way. Let me just start over. You're here representing support for a Palestinian state, correct?
Yes, yes.
Have you analyzed that support objectively?
Yes.
But you just said no. So
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Okay.
I thought I made it pretty simple, but you said no. But I'll grant you that now you said yes, you have looked at it objectively. So, having looked at it objectively, which I would assume somebody in your position does, who would you assess would lead that Palestinian state? Pick a group. You can name a group, but I'm saying Hamas, Palestinian Authority, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Fatah, some other group. Who would lead it?
I think that has to be something that's considered. I don't think I'm in a position to say
Who
that
did you
right now.
objectively assess would lead it in determining you have support for a Palestinian state?
I don't think that I can answer that question. I think this is part of a larger discussion.
But you objectively assess that you support a Palestinian state.
I do support
in objectively assessing that, who do you assess would lead that state? What group that does not receive military support from, say, Iran, do you assess would lead that state?
I understand your question, but I think I would have to have a little. I don't feel comfortable saying that without.
Have you not assessed what group would lead it? Have you or have you not assessed who would become the leader of that Palestinian state?
This is part of a larger discussion.
But have you or have you not assessed that?
I have. This is a part of a larger discussion. I don't think. I can't answer that question.
You can't answer whether you have or have not assessed who would lead the state?
I cannot answer a question about me, particularly what I think what it should be. I mean, I think that's part of a larger...
You came here and said there should be a Palestinian state. Have you or have you not assessed who would lead that? Just yes or no. Have you looked at who would lead it or have you not?
I support a two-state solution.
I know, you said that numerous times. Have you or have you not assessed who would become the leader of that state? Fatah, Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Palestinian Authority, somewhere else. Have you assessed who it would be?
I don't feel comfortable. I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable
You don't
answering the question.
feel comfortable saying if you have assessed something?
No, what I don't feel comfortable is making a statement when I think it's part of a larger discussion.
Don't even say who it is. Just answer, have you assessed it? Have you assessed who would lead it?
Put it this way, there will be an assessment of this question within the U.S. government in terms of who we think should.
Here supporting something you have not assessed.
I'm not in a position right now to say what that is because I think this is part of a larger discussion.
Honestly, it's amazing. I think it goes back to your original statement, which was probably the correct one, that you have not objectively looked at this, and you got it right when you said that. I'm going to move on to another question.
Part of what the U.S. government wants to do. I can't.
You're supposed to be the part of the U.S. government that does that.
I am part of the U.S. government, but I'm not going to say what the government should do.
I have more time. Sorry. I have more questions, so I apologize. So do you assess that a Palestinian state would be more likely to be designated as a major non-NATO ally like Israel or Egypt, or would you assess that they would have to be labeled a state sponsor of terror?
I can't answer that question.
Have you assessed that?
These are questions that I'm not in a position to answer.
I'm asking if you are in the position to answer if you have assessed whether that would be the case. You came here sitting before Congress saying you are here representing the idea that there should be a Palestinian state. You said you looked at it objectively, which you probably didn't, and I'm asking if you assessed that. So you can answer whether you assessed something or not.
What I can answer is this is part of a discussion that I don't think that I should be making those decisions or answer these questions right now.
Answering what you don't think you should answer whether you assess something is amazing. Let me ask one more question. Why do you think that we should make a country out of a people that just conducted a Jewish genocide 4 months ago?
What? I'm not sure what you're asking here.
Can I have time to repeat the question for her, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Since she doesn't understand.
I object.
She
Mr.
asked
Chairman,
me for a
Mr.
clarification.
Chairman, the time limit has occurred.
So the question, to repeat it, since you said you don't understand
Mr. Chairman, I
is,
continue to object.
why do you want to make a country
Mr.
of a
Chairman.
people that just conducted a Jewish genocide? I
Mr.
think I said
Chairman.
it very clearly. Please answer.
I'm not going to respond to a question about that one. Sorry. I don't feel like I want to answer your question. I really do, but I just don't feel like I'm in the position right now that I can answer those type of questions. This is a question that's going to be just this is a question for the U.S. government, and
You're the U.S. government,
Yes,
but
I know. but
undoubtedly you
we
cannot
haven't-
answer.
We're still.
Thank you, Mr.
making
Chairman,
the
for
decision.
indulging me to repeat the question that apparently was not clear.
And thank you very much, Congressman Brian Mast. And we now proceed to Congressman, former President of the NATO PA, Jerry Connolly of Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I'm sorry for that berating. The chairman began this hearing bemoaning the fact that the Biden administration has been slow in coming to the aid of Taiwan. Is there aid to Taiwan in the bipartisan security package
Yes, there
that
is.
passed the Senate?
Yes, there is.
And is that being blocked by Republican leadership here in the House?
Yes, it is.
Now, Mr. Perry complained about his concern that Iran is marching toward nuclear capability. Should we have had some kind of arms control agreement to prevent that from happening?
Yes.
And what was that called?
JCPOA. JCPOA.
And what happened to that?
We withdrew from JCPOA.
Who did that?
The prior administration,
Is that a Republican or Democratic administration?
Republican,
Trump.
Trump.
Oh. Well, what about the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, that had been between us and the former Soviet Union, now Russia? What happened to that one?
We withdrew from that one.
We withdrew from that. And who withdrew from that?
Prior administration, President Trump.
President Trump. And do you think the world is more or less secure since 2019 with that decision?
The world is more secure if we have valid arms control treaties.
I'm sorry.
The world is more secure with valid arms control treaties.
So it's the opposite. We're less secure because we
secure.
withdrew from that.
Yes.
Otherwise, that sounds like, yes, we have no bananas. Okay. What about the Open Skies Treaty and New START? What about those? What happened to those?
Open Skies, we are no longer a party of that. And New START treaty, right now, Russia has suspended.
But did we withdraw from that treaty?
We did not withdraw from New START.
The Open Skies Treaty,
Open Skies treaty, we did.
we
Nothing-
did. And
yes.
who did that?
The prior administration.
I'm sorry?
The prior administration.
You don't want to name it.
President Trump.
President Trump. And that was a 34-nation treaty that contributed to security from your point of view?
Yes, it did.
So we're, by definition, less secure. Okay, what about the Law of the Seas Treaty? Now that one, surely we could agree to that one, right?
Yes, well, it would be good if we did.
But
Because it
did
hasn't-
we, is my question.
No, we haven't, no.
We are not a party to the treaty. Now, when we're looking at security in the Indo-Pacific, who benefits from American non-participation in the Law of the Sea Treaty?
China.
China. And is China a member of the treaty? Did they sign the treaty?
I don't recall.
Yes, the
honestly,
answer is yes.
Okay, good.
And
Yes.
they participate in every committee and subcommittee created by Law of the Seas Authority, and we're not there. What could go wrong with that, Madam Undersecretary?
Yeah, we need to be present.
Does
We need to
that
be
contribute to our security in the region?
No, us not being present does not contribute to our security.
And with respect, finally, to President Biden's a big security package supplemental and the big bipartisan vote in the Senate this week, you think that our security would be enhanced or damaged with House consideration and passage of that bipartisan agreement?
Be strongly enhanced if we had that. Strongly enhanced if we have it.
And you think we're diminished if we don't act on it?
We are diminished if we don't.
In terms of, for example, NATO alliance, credibility, reliability?
Yes, I mean Ukraine. I mean, there's so many things in this supplemental that really strengthens our security and being able to provide and be a leader in these issues.
Well, that's interesting that we're having a hearing on security, and it's fascinating to actually delve into various treaties and agreements, all of which have been damaged by the previous administration. Thank you very much. I yield.
chưa vắng nghe lũy tre rì rào. Hãy tin hỡi người, năm tháng không hề nhạt phai. Câu hát ru lòng ta, người ơi người có hay. Câu hát ru lòng ta. Người ơi người có